Hello, I'm Lisa Bowerman and Ifield, and welcome to Audio Heads Podcast.
Hello, friends and neighbors and folks from all around the world who listen to our podcasts and watch them on YouTube. This is Geeks Assembled Audio Heads, and I am your host, Susan, the great Susanna. And we with us are Lee Wilson and our very own Beef Dad, who we absolutely adore and who had his birthday yesterday. And so pleased to have you two here. Thank you for joining me. Let us discuss Scarifyers. And oh my gosh, I've heard so many Scarifyers stories, the names of them. This one is called, oh dear, what is it called?
Fucking and Country.
That's right. Oh dear, it's called For King and Country. Yes. And it starred Nicholas Courtney and, of course, Terry Malloy and Dunning and Lionheart are at it again. Oh my gosh, they are. And they are thoroughly interesting and amusing again. And even the production company was named in this one, which was a moment of pure bubble bliss. And yeah, so let's talk about it because we're here to do so. And without further ado, let's go to the statesman of the group, the groovy Gus, our Jeffrey. Beef Dad, please, could you lead off and tell us all about this and give your opening feelings about it. Today we're not doing thoughts, we're doing feelings because it's very supernatural and scary.
Well, you've got Harry Price, the ghost detective, who actually existed. He actually existed. He's built a machine for capturing ghosts. His previous experiment for that was to turn a goat into a man, which didn't work, obviously. But people are being killed by their electrical appliances. And this is all just before and eventually on the day that George VI, the grandfather of the present Queen, when George VI is being crowned. And what happens is that somehow back from the dead comes Oliver Cromwell.
A former prime minister?
No, he wasn't a former prime minister.
Sorry?
He was the man who fought the English Civil War against Charles I and ended up beheading Charles I and became Lord Protector of England.
So not quite Prime Minister, but not, Lord Protector.
Not Prime Minister, no. He became Lord Protector of England. He refused to be king because he didn't approve of royalty. And so they also bring back the witch hunter, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Hopkins.
Yes, Hopkins, the witch hunter. Another man who actually existed, and he was pretty damn evil himself. And of course, somehow they raise from the dead a bunch of Roundhead soldiers. No, they're raised from the dead, but they are just skeletons, or skellingtons, as one of them calls it. But Lionheart and Dunning, go for it. And again, they saved the king and country to the point where they are being honoured by the king. Obviously, brilliant performances by everybody. Terry Malloy doing Dunning is just magic. Nicholas Courtney as Lionheart. I mean, what an incredible combination those two are. They are just so good together. They really are. Gabriel Wolfe played Matthew Hopkins, and also the modern day Inspector Natterjack. What a name that was. Who thought of that? And he did another part as well, Leslie Mitchell. David Benson doing Harry Price, the Ghost Hunter. Professor Penfold and Oliver Cromwell. His Oliver Cromwell was just superb. It was just superb. There's just so many. The thing is, they all did well. Let's see. David Bickerstaff did Reginald de Nancy, Reverend Deathley, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, Archbishop Lang. Ilona MacDonald did Daisy Cranshaw and Ethel Plunder, and she was just brilliant. She was just brilliant, as doing old bags. Lizzie Roper, Madam Damnation. That was superb. And Florence Futtock. Where did they find these names? And Paul Morris played Mr. Cream, and he also played a legless skeleton. Which, I mean, you know, that's the sort of part that you're never going to be asked to play. And you're going to be a legless skeleton. Oh, wonderful. I've always wanted to do that. But no, it is brilliant. The story is brilliantly told. At times it's a little slow. It's a bit longer than the previous Scarifyers stories, which we've already done. And I feel that it was padded a little bit by the guy who wrote it. Simon Barnard and Paul Morris wrote it, but it was directed by Simon Barnard. But as I say, the feelings that you got from it were just absolutely brilliant. There were creepy bits, there were silly bits. To be perfectly honest, there were some very silly bits that cracked me up. But it's very good. It's very clever. It's a little on the complex side at times, but not too complex. Yeah, it's a good listen.
And Lee Wilson, what would you think of? No, what are your feelings about it? And please tell your story of it.
Well, my feelings is I got to agree with Beef Dad here. My feelings after I'd listened to it, too long. It was about 1 hour 45 minutes, roughly. I think 30 minutes could have been cut off this, because I agree with Beef Dad. It seemed to be a bit padded out, a bit slow in places. There was a lot of talking in some places, which you didn't really need. I'm not knocking it, but it's just for me. It just felt like it was just too long, but it's still enjoyable. And anything with someone saying him Futtocks, an unlucky woman. But yeah, it's fun. It's as you say, Beef Dad's told the main storyline. Lionheart and Dunning, brilliant together. And also they split up here, and Dunning's on his own, and Lionheart's captured and tied up in a chair. But I've got to, with me being a horror fan, and it's a good little nod that a character called Harry Price was in this, and Vincent Price played the Witchfinder General in the movie. So it was a little connection there. It made me put a smile on my face thinking, because it brought visions of Vincent Price playing the Witchfinder General. But yeah, it's brilliant the way it was. Gabriel Wolf's characterisation of Hopkins, and I didn't realise it was Gabriel Wolf playing Natterjack until the major of the two, and I thought, well, that's very similar voices, and then I looked on the credits, he was playing both characters, yeah, but very, very good acting there. But Gabriel Wolf's just a superb voice actor anyway. Yeah, I loved every minute of this. Just a tad too long, and I'm just surprised that we'd never discovered these earlier on, to be honest. We're only just getting into them now. Have you kept these a secret, Susan?
Yes, these are definitely my little secret treasure trove of good stuff. I of course love Nicholas Courtney tied up, or just set free. Lionheart is perfect and beautiful and wonderfully eerie and super succinct, and he's great. He's got awesome character, and of course, Dunning, played by Malloy, brilliant, of course, and a perfect counterpoint. Even though they were separated for pretty much this whole story, usually it's a 2-act, but this time it's like you do your thing, and I'll just sit here on this chair, and so that was different, and I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the story of the Prices machine and the witch hunter, and like that whole thing. That was crazy. That was really interesting, and like there was that sense of foreboding of all of modern technology, because that's like witchcraft, and for crying out loud, we can't have something that is futuristic or whatever. I have my theological idea about that, that some Holy Spirit is actually revealing stuff little bit by little bit to us as we move along this timeline. But that's just my opinion. I'm not here to proselytize, but I do really appreciate that fear, techno fear, as Eddie Izzard would say. And it was brilliant. It was so fun. And yeah, the other actors, they had a bunch of other characters to play, and I couldn't tell that they were playing different characters. I just thought there was a whole bunch of different actors. That's the brilliant thing about these actors. They are so good at their craft. And the story was rich. I didn't think it was too long, but then again, I'm a little touched in the head about this whole Nicholas Courtney thing, and this whole Lionheart is wonderful anyway. And so the talk, you can't really have him doing much if he's tied up in a chair. Okay, so anyway, that sort of refutes that whole argument there. And I know I'm right again, because I know I'm right all the time and stuff like that. So anyway, let's just go on and say our favorite bits. I've given you a few of mine, and I know you guys have actually given some of yours in your opening, but please, either that or find, whatever you'd like to talk about, because I just trust you guys. And so actually I'm just going to open this up, and so feel free to discuss or whatever.
Well, there's a couple of favourite bits what I was giggling at. There's Dunning's excitement of the hairdryer. That was just that was just pure magic. Also, Lionheart punching a nun. That was so, but it was so carry on. It was just, and as I say, the humour and the supernatural the themes of these work well together. They're written so well. You can't knock that.
I know.
I'll agree with you on the punching of the nun. That's the Borley Rectory bit. And of course, Borley Rectory was the most haunted place in England.
Ooh, I know. Pretty scary.
And of course, it was investigated by by Harry Price. But the other scene I loved was where the Archbishop of Canterbury is sitting there tied to a chair, and he's having a conversation with Nicholas Courtney playing Lionheart, who is also tied to a chair behind him. That was just so funny. That was just so funny. So brilliantly done. Those really are the two bits that grabbed me, and because as soon as I heard the word Borley Rectory, I went, what?
What?
Because as I say, it's something. I mean, I researched loads of books on Borley Rectory when I was in my teens. So as you can guess, that was almost 100 years ago. So it's it was good. It was brilliant. It was fascinating. It was clever, but as I say, it was padded and a little overlong.
But I've got to say, there is a scene in this where Hopkins is demanding. Well, Hopkins is possessing the body of Natty Jack, and he's demanding of the other professor, Volume 1, Volume 2. Who won? Who won? Was it, did God win? Or
Satan.
Or Satan. That scene was so brilliantly done, because the professor didn't really understand what he was demanding for the answers, and that was so well acted out. I thought that was one of the standout scenes.
That was really, really cool. And and it was really sad that the Volume 2 died. I just couldn't believe it. That was, I mean, here was another supernatural writer, that could have been, thrown in, sprinkled throughout, but, character death. Anyway, yeah. So, okay, fellas, do you have any other, stuff that you'd like to add into it now?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed the description of Price's machine. What was it, like a goldfish bowl on a what? You remember?
A goldfish bowl on a.
No, I don't remember.
It was
Yeah, but it cracked me up. It cracked me up. It was one of the funny moments.
Also, as well, they do take historical events as there's real characters in this, but also as well the real history of the beheading of Oliver Cromwell and having his head pickled in a jar and stuff like that is true.
Well,
he wasn't actually beheaded.
Well, he was dug up,
cut off after.
Yeah. But, and also as well, another nod to the Doctor Who stable of a Yeti and Tooting Beck.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's right.
They've always got to have a little nod to Doctor Who in every one up to now.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's supposedly in the next Scarifyers? Possibly the Yeti?
I don't think it is.
Oh right.
I don't know, but the the fact that they, like, at some point they mentioned Bafflegab, I just thought that that was like a
Yeah.
little, you know, meta, a little like one of those rap stars that adds their own name into all their songs. That was fun. That to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So let's final say and score, fellas. Okay. Okay. I'll just choose one of you. I'll choose Lee to start and Beef Dad to follow, if you would be so kind. Go, Lee, go.
Oh, is it me? Is it my go?
Yes, please.
Cue. Oh, right. So you need some cue cards. Yeah, it's enjoyable, and I do like the historical facts into it, mixed with the supernatural, and the comedy works so well. As I say, I agreed with Beef Dad at the beginning that it, for me, just felt a bit too long because of the others what we've listened to have not been as long as this one. So for that reason and that reason alone, 8.5.
That's fine. How about you, Beef Dad?
Well, yeah. I liked the story. I thought the story was clever. The combination, again, or as always, of Nicholas Courtney and Terry Malloy is just absolutely brilliant. I think the cast did a superb job of multiple voices. They did really well. But, yeah, a little overlong, a little padded. It felt padded. So for me, it gets a 9.
All right, a 9. And I, of course, will give it a 10 because Nicholas Courtney is perfect. Lionheart is perfect, and these are super fun to listen to for me. And I will like you guys to join us if you'd like to do these casts, because these two fellas and I are a heck of a lot of fun to hang out with and discuss fun audios. Oh, come on, Lee. You don't cut yourself short. Okay, you're fun to hang out with and discuss these things with. So please do sign up, get in touch with one of us. Beef Dad has his own Facebook fan club, so, I mean, you can find him really automatically. He's brilliant. And then, you know, come to Geeks Assemble Facebook group and find us and join us. And, you know, keep liking, subscribing, watch all of these ones. Watch all of the ones to do with Bafflegab. We've done the whole other series of Bafflegab. This is like Bafflegab / BBC / Big Finish. This actually involves the three main producers together. So these ones are pretty precious. And we've got like 4 or 5 more of these to go. So please do stay tuned for more. And we should be having some guest cast members who are a little more in the know than the lot of us. And you know, we're excited to let that be. I'll just leave that hanging, penny in the air, and you guys will enjoy it. And so thank you, fellas, for this. And yeah.